I'm not a feminist. I would watch this video and I wouldn't be offended.
You know, it was less than 50 years ago that women were allowed to get their own credit card. Before this, they had to have their father or their husband sign off on everything they bought, even if they were earning more than their husband. It wasn't until 1920 that in the US white women could vote. Black women, however, weren't able to vote freely until 1965. In the UK, it wasn't until 1928 that women got equal voting rights. Cambridge University did not grant degrees to women until 1948. In 1920, women were allowed to attend Oxford University, but it wasn't until 1957 that the quotas restricting the number of women undergraduates were lifted. It wasn't until 1960 in the US that women had readily available contraception, and it was as late as 1967 here in the UK. Yale and Princeton didn't accept female students until 1969. Harvard didn't accept female students until 1977. That is within our parents' lifetimes. The two acts that meant women could get their own credit cards in the US and the UK came in 1974 and 1975. Abortions were legalised in the UK in 1967 on certain grounds, but women in the US had to wait until 1973 for the Roe versus Wade case. This was then overturned in 2022. 2 years ago, millions of women lost the right to abortion. These things have all come into effect in the last 100 years. That is extremely recent history, and none of them would have happened without the feminist movements like the suffragettes. So to say, I'm not a feminist, I let my boyfriend pay for dinner, is not only proving that you know nothing about what the feminist movement was, it's also tarnishing the memories of all of the women who fought for you to have the choice to pay for dinner or not.